What it do, people? Here's another little mobility flow. This one's not so much of a follow along. I'll just kind of show you guys the movements and describe to you what I'm doing. So right now I am walking around the golf course illegally, as golfers hate that. They get pissed at me. So now I'm coming into a down dog. This isn't really the position, but I mean, this is a great position, so you should be doing this every day. This is great for your shoulders, your hamstrings, and everything. But the first thing I'm going to come into is kind of a lizard lunge squat. And you can do anything you want in this position. So I like to twist, so I'm pushing against my left knee and kind of bouncing here to open up my hips as I twist. And I even put my elbow or my hand down on the floor, reach up with my right arm, circle it around. This opens the thoracic spine. All this twisting that I'm doing is really good for your spine, especially your thoracic spine. Actually your whole spine, but it's really hard to kind of get into the thoracic spine, so that's why I like this. Reach back, grab that foot, stretch the quad out, grab it with both hands if you want to balance a little bit. This one's really good, opens up your shoulders too. And breathe in here too, it's really important. Driving the knee down. Just gonna do it on the other side. Really move around here, guys. That's mobility, you know? Mobility is moving around in these positions. Really getting your body used to and comfortable to kind of moving around in these kind of extended, stretched out positions versus just kind of staying there and like breathing and like waiting for your body to open up, which is also really good, but it's different. I did a little bind there, which is really good for the shoulders. I'm pushing out on my knee here, and this one's really good for stretching out your psoas. Just kind of drive your hips completely down, relax the back leg, and twist while you push out that knee, and breathe into it. It's really good, feels so good. Your psoas is a really important muscle, you should Google it. It's huge. This movement, it doesn't look like I'm doing much, but it's actually a huge stretch in the front body. And I'm using my glutes and my core to keep myself upright on my knees, and just kind of moving and circling my arms here just to open the shoulders. This one's really good for the hips. I'm kind of using my glutes and my knee to bridge my hips up, and this really strengthens them and opens them up as well. This is obviously just a normal straddle pose. Spread the feet out. The key here is you want to pull your toes toward you, and then just move around. You know, you don't have to go as deep as me. Pull the toes toward you, circle them around, feel what that feels like in your hips. Reach forward, maybe do some twisting. All good stuff. Breathing, reaching, opening up, and now pull one leg in. Get the normal kind of hamstring stretch, whatever you want to call this thing. I like to reach up and over to really get a good side stretch and get my whole spine into it. And kind of pull your chin to your ankle. Same thing on the other side. Staying strong and engaged with all these movements. Breathing, paying attention to how your body feels. It's really important. Now, pigeon pose. Very, very crucial pose. This is one that I wouldn't say struggle with, but I'm still opening up into, especially on my left side. It takes a long time. And once you do open up into it, it really helps you do real yoga stuff like lotus position, things like that. But it's really crucial for your knees and your glutes and just kind of your overall hips. I'll give you a side view here. So you can see it's not like the easiest thing for me to get into. Like I wiggle around a lot and I try to make myself comfortable. So if you guys feel like it takes you a little bit to get into it, it's normal, it's natural. Don't think you should never judge yourself anyway throughout all of this, but sometimes I do. I'm like, why the hell can't I get in this faster? Or like, what's wrong with my body? Why does one side feel so different than the other side? And it like almost even pisses you off, but it's not good. it's good to understand that you have these limitations, you have these imbalances, and that's the whole point of yoga, is to work through them. You know, I'm just twisting here. This is one of my favorite things to do to open up the body, and it's also pretty taxing on your shoulders. So you want to keep your arms straight, like very straight, pushing the ground away. And like you can see here, I'm going from Cobra, as I adjust my headphones, going from Cobra to high plank. And so I'm kind of driving with my core. So I'm driving with my hips, and my head is kind of following as my hips go down. My head kind of looks at my hips. As my hips go to the floor, my head looks up. And not my hips go down, my hips go up. My head goes kind of down, my hips go down, my head goes up. So it's like a spinal wave. This is just a really good twisting mobility exercise. Really good for preventing injury, and kind of bulletproofing your whole spine. And just evening out the imbalances in your body, because you'll feel swinging your legs left to right. One side will feel awkward, might throw you off, but that's okay. Just reset, do it again, don't get frustrated. It's the whole point of this. And once you get really good, you can stretch out your legs and then do them side to side, which is actually really fucking good. Really good core workout. Hit the core while you hit the mobility. It's really good. Even kind of some shoulder mobility, because what I'm doing is I'm keeping my hands straight and palm face down to kind of help counterbalance myself. Final movement, I think, maybe not. No, it's not the final movement, but this is such a crucial movement, the squat. And there's so many things you could do here. Obviously, you could just sit in the squat, and then when you do these type of rotations where I'm reaching back with my elbow, using my other elbow to post up against my knee and then reaching up, I'm completely opening my thoracic spine. I like to actually breathe in as I reach up, because as I'm breathing in slowly and reaching up, I'm kind of expanding from within my body. And so that whole expansion just really opens up from the inside out. And then now I'm going from squats to kind of forward folds. So my feet aren't moving at all. It's just my knees are extending straight. That's really good for opening up the hips, lower back. Finally took out my AirPods that never want to stay in my ears, the AirPod Pros. Oh my God. Here's a side view. I like the AirPod Pros. They sound amazing. I fell in love with them when I first put them in my ears, but it's so annoying when you're doing any type of movement. They just always want to come out, at least out of my ears. And here's a final move, which is another one that I'm really working hard to open up into, is just the, what's this thing called again? Tabletop? I don't know. But it's a back bend, and you want to really extend your arms, get them straight, and clench those glutes. And that's it, guys. Those are the movements. Have fun with it. Peace.